All right, let's take a look at this last problem for the FEP Hydraulics Chapter 2 homework. This is a lot more complicated than any problem you'll have to solve for a test or an exam for this course, but it is something you should be able to do. These are skills we taught in FEP Math, so I'll go ahead and show how to solve it just for practice. So we're looking at an outlet pipe here of a catch basin that has an inlet elevation of 9.1 feet. So that's over here, elevation of 9.1 feet. The pipe must be laid out on a 0.2% grade. So this is our pipe, and it's got that 0.2% grade. The top of the curb elevation at the catch basin is 12.9 feet. So there's my top elevation, and a 10-foot flat berm. Here's my 10-foot flat berm is required behind the catch basin. And then the embankment fill slopes downward on a 3-to-1 slope. So there's my 3-to-1 slope. How long must the outlet pipe be horizontally in order for the embankment slope to intersect the grade line of the pipe? And we're going to call that variable x. What does x equal there? We're going to solve this to one decimal place, and we're going to use this hint that we're going to equate the elevation of point A, remember point A is at the base of this pipe, found from the longitudinal slope equation with the elevation of point A found from the side slope equation. So let's start with that side slope equation. Remember that side slope, as we've been doing all along, is the run over the rise. So in this case, my side slope is that 3/1. The run for this side slope, if we kind of take a look at this side slope and make the triangle that this side slope would do down to point A here, draw that as straight as I can. Think about the run here. It's not going to be this whole length x. It's going to be x minus this 10 feet. Okay, so the run is going to be x minus 10. And then the rise is going to be this whole 12.9 foot height, but minus this point A, whatever that elevation is for point A. So it'll be 12.9 minus point A for the rise for that side slope equation. Second equation we're going to have to think about is the longitudinal slope equation. And remember, our longitudinal slope equation is equal to rise over run, just flipping that over. In this case, our longitudinal slope is that 0.2%, and so we'll write that as a decimal, 0.002. And so we have to set that equal to some rise. Let me write that again, 0.002. So the rise for this, and we'll think about this from the bottom of that pipe. You know, if we kind of continue that triangle up from the bottom of that pipe, our rise there is going to be this 9, and we go all the way back here, all the way to this whole pipe, because that whole grade is 0.2%. So our rise here is going to be this elevation of 9.1 minus that elevation of point A. So 9.1 minus point A for the rise for that 0.2%. And then the run is going to be that whole distance x. So those are our two equations. Now we have to put them together and figure out what we can solve for x. And the way we'll do that, we'll follow the hint and we'll solve for point A first. So I will go ahead and follow that hint and solve the longitudinal equation for point A first. So make sure I have enough space here. So I'll do that as my first step. I'll solve that longitudinal slope equation for point A. So remember, we had the 0.002x is equal to 9.1 minus point A, and I got that just by bringing that x and multiplying it by both sides. So it goes away here and it becomes 0.002x. And now I want to solve it for point A, so I'll bring point A to the other side to make it positive. And then I'll set that equal to 9.1 minus this 0.002x. So now I've solved that equation for point A. Now I'm going to substitute that into the side slope equation. So that'll be my next step here. I'll substitute that point A value that I just got here into that side slope equation. So now side slope, remember it was this 3 over 1. So I'll just say that 3 equals x minus 10 over 12.9 minus point A. But I just said point A is equal to this whole thing. So let's put that in parentheses. So 9.1 minus 0.002x. And I have to use those parentheses because I got a minus sign out here, and I'm going to have to distribute to each of those members in the parentheses. All right, so let's go ahead and cross multiply here. So I've got this 3 on this side. Well, let's go ahead and put these together before we do that. So 3 equals x minus 10. I'm going to look at this parentheses here, so I'll do 12.9 minus 9.1, so that is going to give me 3.8. But then I'm going to have to do this minus and a minus sign here, so that's going to become plus 0.002x. So that's the big trick there, that becomes plus rather than minus. You guys still get a pretty close answer if you don't do that, but just keep in mind. Okay, now I will do my cross multiplication. So I'll do my 3 times this 3.8 plus 0.002x. Again, have to distribute that as well, equals x minus 10. So 3 times 3.8 gives me 11.4. And 3 times 0.002 gives me plus 0.006x, and that's equal to x minus 10. So I'll go ahead and bring the 10 to this side, add that up. I get 21.4 on this side. Bring the 0.006x to this side, so I have to subtract it, so I get 1x. Remember that has a 1 in front of it. So I have 0.994x on this side. Divide both sides by 0.994, and I do get x equal to 21.5 feet. So like I said, more complicated than you would need to do for one of our problems, but not something that you shouldn't know how to do.